Saw a fox in courthouse steps, twisting and turning without regrets, with downward dogs and feline ploys, distracting me from ecosystem joys. No more yoga under legal skies. No more poses that mystify. Keep your namaste far away. I'm here to win, not watch you sway. Position she bends, a warrior pose that never ends. I plead the case with weary eyes. She shifts the tree and I lose the prize. Sway. In the glow of YouTube, she salutes the sun. But courtrooms shouldn't be a place for fun. Clarity lost in her serene haze. My objections echo in a daze.
And just because I watch a video or parts of a video doesn't mean I'm a stalker.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's me, your favorite medium smart journalist, Megan Fox, and that umbrella guy. And if you're wondering, what am I doing on the floor? Well, I'm in need of a massage again, folks. I hate to tell you. But that trip killed me. It absolutely killed me. The 8-hour flight or whatever the hell I was on. It took me 8 hours because can't get direct from anywhere from Rochester except to like Chicago. That's it. So going to California and back, yeah, it messed up my back for good. So the House of Prime Rib depleted all my Cash App resources. So I'm going to make a deal with you guys tonight. Instead of sending what you normally send on Super Chats, which I love Super Chats, don't get me wrong. But if you could by any chance send it to Cash App or Venmo or even Super Tips, because they send that immediately, that would be great. Because I set an appointment tomorrow and for Friday. And so far I have like $30 to pay for it. So I'm holding out hope that you guys will help me. And I did pin the Cash App and Venmo and Super Tips to the top of the chat. And you can help me out, hopefully. But yes, I need an emergency massage. It's real bad. It's real bad, folks. It's real bad. And I can barely turn my head. Thanks to whoever made this Muppet on the floor, though, because it's funny.
It's broken.
It's so funny. And I love that she's wearing my sweater. Like, I literally have that sweater. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. Get a job. This is my job. I'm doing my job. I'm showing up every day to my job, and I do it quite well. So if you appreciate the job that I do here, if you appreciate the news that I bring and the stories that I break and the things that we discuss and the entertainment that you get, you can support the show. And if you can't, that's cool too, because it's free. I like to keep it free. I like to be listener supported so that everybody gets to partake. And if you can't, that's cool, because you can hit the like button and you can subscribe and you can share it out, which also helps with the algorithm, and it helps me afterwards on the replay with the advertising, etc. So even those of you who cannot send a super tip or a Cash App or Venmo, you guys are super important too, because you help get this out there to the algorithm. So I really appreciate that. I really do. Also, man, do I have the news for you tonight. This is hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
It's
really
really good stuff. So, but
Yeah.
I got a deal for you guys. We're also going to do a Rumble exclusive, and I'm only going to set 2 goals tonight, and they're pretty good. They're pretty decent goals. I did go get my hair done today, thank goodness, because the roots were getting really bad. I have a wedding to go to this weekend. So if we hit 150 on Cash App, which will totally cover me on Friday, I will turn the camera on, show you guys my new hair. It looks really good. And also, if we hit 100 on super tips, we will, oh, I forgot what I was going to do.
I noticed. I was like, we will
Wait.
stammer.
Wait, there was something else. I was in the middle of writing it down. I literally was writing it down, and I've totally forgotten what it was, and I didn't finish my sentence. That's not good. I'll remember in a minute. So give me a minute and I'll tell you what it is. So far, we just have one goal. That's 150 on Cash App so far for Camera On, because Camera On is going to be fun. Oh, then, so we've got, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so insane. It is so insane. We have leaked emails. You guys know that I know Potentially Criminal, Sean Martin. He's part of LawTube. He's a lawyer who streams. Sean has always been very good to me, very nice to me. I've never had a problem with Sean. And I still don't, even after, like I've said from the beginning, he took on clients, Lynette and John, because he thought that he could help them, and he's a defense attorney, and that would be his, in his wheelhouse. So I didn't.
He was also sold I'm going to say a false bill of goods.
For
A
sure.
lot of people have been. Lots of people.
For sure.
So.
We watched it happen on the live stream when they were lying to him about what this case was about and what Jeremy Hales had done. And so he has been incredibly professional. Sean has been incredibly professional. I mean, I have reached out to him, and his answer to me always was, I cannot comment on that because I was in litigation, or they're my clients, and I can't give you a comment. That he has always been extremely professional. And I think he treated the case the way that a good lawyer would treat it, which is you don't fight your case on YouTube, you fight it in court. And so I think he did the best he could do for his clients, and he got out when he had to. And we haven't heard anything else about it from him. He has not streamed about it. He has not talked about it behind the scenes, nothing. However, today I find out that the anti-Hales ecosystem morons have leaked one of Sean Martin's emails to Bruce. And I don't know what they thought this was going to do for them, but all it does is solidify the fact that Bruce Manskin is one of the worst lawyers I have ever seen in practice. And no good lawyer agrees with his tactics. No good lawyer thinks what he's doing will work. And any good lawyer he comes in contact with or happens to swindle into some deal has to run away from him because of how bad. And wait till we show you this email. Holy cow, you guys. Oh, Tug, what was your reaction when you saw that this morning?
Well, first it blew my mind to see that he had leaked it, period. I thought, are you kidding me? They keep saying that they're going to go after people like Sean, and they're going to go after Silverman and all of that. And what what we see through all of this is we see why. Because BBB thinks he should be in charge. He thinks that he gets to tell everybody what to do. And if he doesn't, he just leaks emails and all kinds of, it's strange, man. It is very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. God, these
And
people.
I think it should be said that even after they did this to Sean and leaked his emails, which could be considered privileged because he was he was discussing, litigation strategy, right? And discussing his clients. Even after that, I did reach out to him to say, hey, they did this. Do you want to respond, or can I have what Bruce sent you back? I bet that's hilarious. He's given the same response. I have no comment on that. And so, kudos to him. Kudos. I had to try. I had to try.
Well, that's your job to try. His job is to say no, and your job
and
is
his
to
job
try.
is to say no. But my job is to try. And I also just think that Sean has done nothing but show professionalism throughout this. I appreciate that. And man, we got to get to it. And then we have a bunch of other stuff coming up. So we've got that, which we're going to get to first. We're going to look at Sean Martin's email. Then second, we've got, oh my God, you guys, it's exclusive here. You're not going to see it anywhere else. Jeremy Hales and Randy Shockett have filed a Rule 11 sanctions motion. They're giving him safe harbor, Dave Teschendorf, stupid lame. They're giving him safe harbor. So he has 21 days, I think, to withdraw his stupid motion, or they are going for sanctions, and it's epic, and we have it, and we're going to read it. That's second. And so we're kind of on a tight schedule because I do also want to get over to Rumble because we have amazing footage from the anti-HALES ecosystem that's from their own mouths threatening YouTubers, threatening people. And then we have paint chips falling for a joke.
And giving you the proof that the anti-HALES ecosystem is real.
Yeah. And then we have more proof of that. I don't know if you saw this, but I just got a screenshot of him claiming that the anti-Jeremy Hales media ecosystem is free speech.
Oh, yeah. That actually, it's funny because that's the same thing that Dave pulled in his filing, that we haven't gotten to read yet. So they're not denying what they're doing. They're saying everything we've done is free speech, which, okay, that's interesting. No denial, though. No denial. It's just everything's free speech. So when 2L decides they're going to contact a business outright and interfere with it, free speech. Gotcha. Good time.
Unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. You guys, I think you hit the Cash App goal already. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Wanda, thanks for the 30 on Cash App. I really appreciate you. Says for help. DP says, ouch. Thanks for the 5. Michelle, thanks for the 50 for massage. And Elizabeth Murphy, thanks for the 5. You're awesome. Janice says, fix yourself, please. Sends 20. Laura says, you are triggering a walrus. Thanks for, and sent 10.
Oh, yeah. They were so triggered yesterday, by the way, from the loss of people and they got so triggered that we've been making fun of them so much. They turned the closed captions back on.
Rickles also sent 50. So you know what that means. We're already at that 150 goal. So I get to turn the camera on and show you my new hair. See, I got my roots done. I got my streaks put back in. I didn't get a haircut because we ran out of time, but I got it done, and I'm happy about it. I like it, and I'm all set for my wedding this weekend. So that's going to be fun. My cousin Alex, who you guys know, the channel knows Alex, friend of the program. She was my photographer at Laura Owen's trial in June. She is getting married in Chicago, and I will be there this weekend to celebrate that with her. So that's awesome. Thank you. And I'm going to have to thank you so much for the Cash Apps and the massage, because I have to get in a car on November 1st and ride 12 hours in the car. So it'll be great to have that right before then, so that I'm not.
That's people saying, "Hey, thanks for the crazy week that's going to come up next week." By the
Right?
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Also, I'm going to be gone, so you know this shit's going to hit the fan. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
it.
I'm preparing. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm on.
Yeah, you better get some of that. What is that? Instant caffeine or those energy drinks, because you're going to need to be streaming all the time.
Yeah, that's it. I'm getting some of that Colombian caffeine. Like, it smells really funny. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, and Rickles also sent, did I say that? Yeah, I've sent 50. Thank you so much, Rickles. I appreciate that. And Laura too. The great triggering, man. The triggering is happening. I love that. I love that for them. I really do. And we're gonna listen to them threatening YouTubers later. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is pull up the archive of Darth Touch's, I guess you could call it an article. This is unbelievable. This makes me so happy. I was so happy to read this from Sean Martin. So happy. I couldn't be happier, actually.
Yeah, well, it's wild that they thought somehow in linking this stuff that they somehow got to win. It was like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah, because basically Sean Martin is telling us exactly what we've been saying is the problem with Bruce. Like, he's confirming that there's a problem. And he's saying everything that we are saying about him. So again, every normal attorney thinks that he is a problem. And I can't believe they published this.
No. Well, it makes so much sense why Bruce is going after him like he has been lately. You know, it's because, again, anybody that says, you know, hey, well, what is your deal, dude? And come on, man, he targets them.
But if he had never done this, if he had never leaked this email, it would never have come out. Sean was not going to tell this story publicly. Sean has been completely adamant that he had no comment. I mean, honestly, no comment at all. And we've talked about other things. Sean, like I said, I've known Sean for years. Sure. We've talked about other things. He's been online talking about other cases. We were on the same stream not too long ago, and the HALE's case came up, and I think he turned his camera off and went silent.
Yeah. That's what he does. I mentioned I was on a Flashcast. You know, I go over there periodically, and he goes over there sometimes. And if he pops up, he doesn't bring it up. I mean, you know, it's again a conflict. He knows it is. He could talk about the case if he wanted to. He can have opinions, but he's going super professional. He's just like, you know, the best way to address this is to shut the F up.
Yeah, and he's not wrong. He's 100% right. You know, when an attorney does make a comment on a current litigation or case, like Omar Serrato did, for instance, when I was in San Francisco and I was able to interview him 2 times after court each day, he had a very brief thing to say, which is normal. You know, he had a brief statement to make, which was basically, we're not done. This is not a loss. We're moving forward. We're going to go to the end. That was basically his statement both days. That is pretty normal for an attorney to do. You know, it's not normal for an attorney to do is sit on a live stream every night for 5 hours a night.
You mean it's not normal for a guy to be like, hey, felon, who I am alleged to have recruited, why don't you go after this detractor of mine's wife? Is that normal?
No.
That's fucking crazy.
No, it is so screwed up. It is so screwed up. It's beyond. Okay, let's pull up Sean's email. And I just want to say I'm so grateful to him for writing this. I am. It is epic. He wrecks him. He absolutely wrecks him. Now, this is the copy that they have. It is a little fuzzy and it is a little choppy. So I'm going to blow it up as much as we can here. Let me pull it over. That's a little too big. There we go. All right. Bruce, this is to address multiple issues that have arisen in the immediate past that affect my representation of our shared clients, Ms. Preston and Mr. Cook. It has come to my attention through the internet and other parties that you have contacted Attorney Heller and Attorney Hoover with a preservation letter. Now, remember, those are Jeremy's Ohio attorneys. Those are his attorneys representing him in the protective order case. Why was I not contacted before you engaged with opposing counsel in Ohio? I need to be kept in the loop if you're going to communicate with parties in a case of which I am the counsel of record. Your preservation letter was needlessly inflammatory towards counsel by accusing them of improper conduct. Not to mention your view of the court's rulings. All right, let's break this down for a minute. Let's talk about this. Needlessly inflammatory. Who does that? I mean, that is him all the time.
Yeah, that's him in a nutshell.
That's him in a nutshell. Needlessly inflammatory, I think, should be on his business card. Bruce Matskin, attorney at law, needlessly inflammatory.
Needlessly inflammatory attorney at law.
Yeah. Yeah. We need a meme, you guys. Please meme him some new a new website with his picture, and his tagline should be needlessly inflammatory. It's perfect. It's perfect for him. And accusing counsel of improper conduct. Where have we seen that before? He's constantly accusing Shockett of improper conduct. But I love this part right here. Not to mention your view of the court's rulings. So what that tells us is that Sean Martin does not view Bruce Matskin's opinion of the court rulings in the same way at all. He's basically saying you're wrong about the way the court ruled. And we're going to get to what Bruce was saying about the court. I wanted to read this first, though. We'll go back and read the email that he sent to Heller. But I want to do it after that because it actually, I feel like this sets that up even better. The entire PR campaign that you have been attempting to orchestrate for our clients is the embodiment of tilting at windmills. Lay it down, Sean. Lay it down. All that has been accomplished so far in the name of generating good PR is to make all of us look ridiculous, or you could say ridiculous.
Very ridiculous. I'm glad Sean understood that, because I thought, man, Sean has been on the internet for a while and he understands the game here. He also understands, I'm sure, how ridiculous it is to accuse everybody that covers something of somehow being in conspiracies and more, you know. Accuse
every judge who gives you an adverse ruling as being corrupt, and every lawyer who you're going up against as being corrupt. Do you see this pattern? He does it to everybody. He even did it to Silverman.
Yeah, who I would say got a really good. I mean, he got a good result.
He got a great result for her.
Yeah, I mean, I realize she's been sold in my opinion, she's probably been sold a false bill of goods. You know, saying that, oh, hey, you know, because you see her talking about how they need to sue and this and that. That's wrong, man. You should fall on your hands and knees and things that go.
Yep. Yeah, you should. She got the best result out of Silverman that she could possibly have gotten, because Jeremy wanted attorney's fees out of that, and Silverman got him to agree to not seek fees.
Yep, he caught him on he could tell that he was tired of dealing with it. You know, he wanted his rights back and stuff. That's what an attorney should do. He let her walk with nothing, no problem whatsoever. Amazing.
Now, this next sentence has me a little bit confused. Half the parties in this entire saga are turncoats that go back and forth, leaking the information, whichever side is the subject, or I think he means to whichever side is the subject of their anger, or about what? The sentence confuses me a little. Half the parties in this entire saga are turncoats that go back and forth, leaking the information, whichever side is the subject of their anger. So I don't know what that means. I can't think of leaks per se I mean, what do you think that means?
I don't know. I need to read it again. Let me see.
Half the parties in this entire saga are turncoats that go back and forth, leaking the information, whichever side is the subject.
Oh, yeah. So half the parties in this thing, they turn on each other. That's true. Look at how many people. So like 2Ls, all these other people, they betray each other. It's constant betrayal.
Yeah, but what date was this? On February 13th. Was that happening in February? What was happening in February?
I mean, that's how they got into the thing to begin with. It was betrayal. That's how they started. This stuff started because they had some kind of hissy fit about something, and they were turning. So yeah, there have been turncoats this entire time. And there have been alleged everybody that comes up. There have been. So yeah, I mean, I believe that's true.
Yeah, I just wonder if he was talking about somebody specific. I'd like to know, what the heck that was about.
It probably was, but
because back in, I don't think they had turned until it wasn't that the fleas were still on her side in February.
No. I'm talking about they turned on HALE's. Like that's how they got in here in the first place.
Well, that's true.
Because they were mods. I mean, half these people
and friends.
Yeah, they just get butthurt about some. Man, that is a YouTube thing that unfortunately you find happens. People turn on you. They just usually, when they're trying to burn your life down, they don't have this perfect storm of insanity. But I mean, you've got with what's his face with Guapo. Guapo is another. Like, look, friends, and then and again. You just go down the list. How many of these people they were supposedly, on good terms, and then all of a sudden they're not anymore. So I think he's right.
It's possible. All right, and then it goes on to say, we are now at the point where you lament about being mocked on the internet by third parties in your court filings.
Yeah.
Do you think this is when it was February when he put in that motion about Gainesville to Gainesville?
Yeah, you know what that proves? Like Sean would understand this. You know what's going to happen if you do that? People are going to do it more because it's funny. It amuses. Like, I'm very amused. If you're going to throw a fit, oh my God, this Megan song, it really hurts chaps my butt.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah, Megan, make 15 more.
Exactly. And Sean understands this. Sean is an internet pro. He knows what the trolling game is about. It's not like he knows that you just don't respond to stuff like that. You don't get hurt by it and tell people how upset and how hurt your fifis are. You don't tell the internet that, because as soon as you tell the internet where your weak spot is, expect 1,000 times more.
Yeah,
never, ever,
you say,
ever.
Muppets really bother you.
Yeah, then you're going to get Muppets everywhere on your timeline. If you say that bananas bother you, you're going to get bananas all over your timeline. I mean, this is just what the internet does. Okay, so I had previously made clear my objections to your discussions of trial strategy and goals in a public setting. I shared my stances and thoughts with you because we share common clients, and out of a sense of collegiality. Garnering public support does not offer us any help in achieving our clients' objectives. We should be speaking through our court filings, not live streams on YouTube.
That's right. That's it.
Now, it looks to me like they cut something out here. It looks like something has been redacted. Do you see how the bottom line of this is the words are cut off a little bit on this last line?
It is.
And then we have this strange, larger than normal white space.
It is. Actually, not just that. Yeah. Go back. So, yeah, you see how N and G, you see how G is lost. All of those letters are cut off. Yep.
They have redacted something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they didn't like it. That means it must have been really damning.
It must have been really bad. But they cut something out there and they didn't do even a good job of faking it, because look at the space between this paragraph and this paragraph. Look how small it is, and look how big this one is. See, something got cut out of here. But this is probably my favorite part. So we've been saying this for months, though, that real lawyers don't try their case on YouTube. They do it in court filings. We've been saying that. We've been saying that Bruce is completely out of his mind, that he's sitting on these small channels doing this crazy shit. But I love this part. Further, your interactions with Vomit have led to additional frustrations. Your willingness to engage with and support him have led to the disparaging of opposing counsel, as well as baseless allegations that the magistrate is corrupt. I feel compelled to remind you that Northeast Ohio is the geographical area where I practice and have built a livelihood.
Don't ruin my life.
You know what's amazing is that Sean sees through the garbage real easy. He sees exactly what he did. He is more proof right here that I think Jeremy can use in court to show that he brought Michael Vomit to this case that led to disparaging and harassment.
Yeah, I think you can prove that between some of this stuff that was done to other people, I think you can prove that both of them, they work on direction of Bruce. I'm
actually surprised he didn't mention paint chips in here, but maybe he didn't know about paint chips at the time. But interesting that he points out that, hey, this is where I practice and this is where my livelihood is. I hate to tell you this, Sean, if you happen to be listening, but Bruce is going to try and burn down your life. Like, he's going to contact every single person you've ever worked with. He is going to send defamatory emails. He did it to me. He did it to Larry. He did it to Shizzy. And Shizzy's wife, who has nothing to do with this. You know, the idea that I see that what Sean is saying here, he's like, don't burn down my life, but it's too late. You get involved with this person, and that's what he does. So, and they're already talking about suing Sean for negligence or it's bullshit.
Good job with that, by the way. But all that really is it's negative PR that's meant to hurt his reputation. They don't, these people, they know they have no leg to stand on as far as litigation is concerned, but they don't care about that. They don't care about that at all.
I like this paragraph. I make no apology for the tone of this email. Good for you, Sean. It's a mic drop moment. Your actions are only making things worse for our clients. Yep. And potentially myself. And I cannot sit idly by anymore. Woo, boy. Wow. Now I think we understand why it was said that Sean went to Heller and apologized. Because I think he wanted to distance himself from this kind of behavior.
Can't blame him.
No, I can't either. It was the right thing to do. Sean did everything right in this case. Sean did everything right. The only mistake he made was getting into bed with these people in the first place. But I can absolutely see that he was misled, and I understand that he was misled. And it's not like Sean and I are not close enough that it would have been like that I would have picked up the phone and called him and said, hey, you might want to rethink this. And besides, it was done before I knew he was even considering it. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it wasn't like anybody else was telling him, hey, you might not want to do this. I don't think he got a warning.
Crazy, man. This is so nuts. It's nuts to see the communications once people get a feel for Bruce, when they see how they react. It's essentially, hey, you're not helping us in court by the way you react to this stuff too, because he's not doing them any favors.
No, we've been saying this since the beginning, that just like David Gingras, who made Laura's case so much worse, Laura Owen's case, she would not have been indicted without his interference. I swear to God. I swear to God, he made it possible for her to be indicted.
Yep.
And so her civil case turned criminal because of what he did.
Well, that's just like that. I firmly believe that all of these other people, they have taken Lynette Preston from perhaps being a I mean, she definitely has done her own stuff. I'm not trying to minimize that, but they took it and it's like they put her actions on steroids.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy says, I don't feel Sean was misled. He knew exactly what he was doing, then found himself in too deep. I'm going to disagree with you, Jeremy, only because I do know him. I've known him for a while, and I don't know him to be an unethical person. I think that he believed what he was being told. And as you can see, when he found out that what he was being told was not right, he did the right thing. He got out. And I do know him, and I don't think it's in his character to try and go.
You should have looked at the source of his information, man. Nah, he made a mistake on that.
He made a
huge
mistake.
It's a huge mistake. It really is.
He made a mistake.
He should know better. You know, I mean, we all exist in this area. That's one of the reasons we cover these cases.
He should, look, he should have called me. He should have asked if I had any evidence that should keep him from taking this case. And I could have probably given him enough at that point. But again, it does no good to go back and be like, oh, you should have done this or you should have done that. That makes it doesn't help. And I just don't think that Sean's malicious. Nor do I think that he is unethical. I've never seen anything that made me think that. I think we've disagreed on things, but never have I seen him act in a way that I thought was, I don't know, like what Bruce does.
Ecosystem-esque.
Yeah. Like we've certainly disagreed on some things, but I don't know. Jeremy says, Sean said himself he watched our video. He was pursuing fame and fortune, realized he'd lose it all. What video? Which video? I wonder, do you mean like the 10 feet video? I don't know what video you mean, but I don't know. I don't know.
I think everybody gets a good taste of these people, though. I mean, when you look, they dumped his freaking letter into the public. That's nuts, man. Oh, they always get a taste of him.
Yeah. I mean, look, Jeremy, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, but that's not the feeling that I get. But I think it's good that he did what he did anyway and got out. Let's see, we did that. Miss Preston and Mr. Cook have every right to retain you. But I am experiencing a significant breakdown in my ability to represent our clients and for the professional responsibility concerns that are being introduced into this situation. Yep. If you'd like to discuss things further, please feel free to contact me. Regards, Sean Martin. Wow.
Why leak that, though? I do not. I mean, it does not, like you said, it doesn't make them look good.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Now, wait till we get to the letter that Bruce sent to Heller. This is unbelievable. You talk about needlessly inflammatory. This is the definition of needlessly inflammatory. Everything that Bruce does, of course, is needlessly inflammatory. But, Tug, you want to read this one? Can you read it? If you can't, I know it's kind of blurry, so if you can't, I'll do it.
Isn't that the one he leaked? Isn't that the letter we saw? But I mean, it's been a minute, but isn't that the one?
I don't remember. I feel like I didn't read this.
Jeremy, if Jeremy's there, see if he responds. Isn't this the one that Bruce leaked or something? I remember. I'm pretty sure I remember.
I thought the one he leaked was the preserve evidence one he sent to the Florida attorneys for the bio.
No, he leaked one for Ohio. He did.
Oh, he did?
One for Ohio. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I was like, oh my God, that's awful. Dear counsel, first, it's RE, duty to preserve evidence. Dear counsel, I represent Michelle Preston and John Cook in current civil litigation in Florida federal court filed by Jeremy Hales, your client in Ohio protective order case against Preston and Cook. This is to place you on notice that the action of your client in procuring a fraudulent protective order from an Ohio court to use for harassment and to generate YouTube content will be the subject of federal court litigation. Oh yeah, this is either it or it's one just like it, because he threatens them. You know, he's like essentially Well, let's see. Let's see if he threatens to take them to court too, because he did that in one as well.
Jeremy
You must
says
preserve.
Jeremy says we can't remember if he leaked this one. There's just so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I mean, how could we possibly?
There was one where maybe this isn't the one, because there's one where I'm pretty sure he threatens them with litigation. So let me just see if that pops up here. I don't see it on scanning, but maybe I'm missing it here. But procuring a fraudulent PO from Ohio court to use as harassment and to generate YouTube content will be the subject of federal court litigation. You must preserve all electronic evidence, including all privileged communication from Mr. Hales in the form of email.
This is so crazy. Asking for privileged information is crazy.
Yeah. What a nut. I anticipate motions seeking to apply the crime/fraud exemption. This is the one. This is it. Yeah, this is the one.
We saw this.
He didn't just put it to this PR clowns. He gave it to his other PR clowns too. To discover communications between you and your client as his actions, including vexatious Ohio court filings, are in furtherance of Hale's cyber stalking for entertainment and profit enterprise in violation of 18 USC, blah, 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 blah. You already hoodwinked the court once about the 10 feet incident that Hales purposely instigated. I'm at a loss for how a magistrate rewarded such abuse rather than warning your client against weaponizing the protective order or vacating it on the spot, and without warning you against vexatious filing to harass the respondents by weaponizing the PO.
Okay, stop here for a minute, because remember what Sean said about how not to mention your ideas of what the court did, like the court orders. Yeah. This is it right here. So claiming that the court was hoodwinked by the 10 feet incident when the court literally watched the video, Lynette's video, and made a ruling. This is one of those things where it's like, no, we don't agree with you. No one agrees with you, Bruce. The court didn't agree. The lawyers don't agree. Not even Sean Martin agrees. He doesn't agree that this was a hoodwinked situation. It was an adverse ruling you didn't like, but that happens all the time.
The reason it happened is because they tried to state that they were moving out of the way of Hales. If he's coming along, they're supposed to get out of the way. They're supposed to clear so much distance. Again, if you can't clear that distance in a certain amount of time, you're trying to. If the video would have just shown them doing that, but they also went out of their way to make contact, to say something defamatory, derogatory. That right there, he's allowed to say 10 feet, 10 feet.
Yeah,
he's
and also
say something
they had
like
Lynette on tape telling John not to do anything. You're all right. You're okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. That was the wrong advice. He should have been trying to get away from Jeremy. And
if it would have shown that,
with her saying, what was he supposed to do? Jump a fucking fence? No, but he was supposed to be hightailing it back to his property so he could get out of the way. He should have turned around and walked back to the driveway.
And that's how the court sees it. Again, they can argue and say that's not how they perceive the action. But when you look at the thing, again, they have shown it to us, and they showed the court one that made it, according to the court, what they listed, it made it look even worse. So, because they engaged also in making statements toward Hales. Again, he doesn't exist except to move away from. And if they don't think that's fair, that's okay that they don't think that's fair, but they lost the right to take that from thought and to actually generate that into action. They have to give ground.
Now, this next sentence here also shows that Bruce was trying to get Jeremy's attorneys in Ohio to drop him as a client. Read the next one. Continuing to pursue
specious motions for contempt or resulting claims against your firm. So yes, this is that letter, by the way. So he leaked this to his other PR weirdos too. So all the PR weirdos got this, Yeah, that's right. He, I remember reading the I forget how I forget how the protective order, the hearing said that, what the word was, but yeah, it said something like Hales was saying just then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said a vile thing to him.
Well, here's the thing with Sean. Sean, I will say this. I don't invest this much time if I very much think I'm right,
Yeah,
and
right.
I would hope my track record on stuff speaks for itself. Again, it's hard to disagree because I dig through everything. People complain about how neurotic my going through stuff is, just because I dig through every scrap. I look at the people involved, and I want to make it. I want to be right because
I know, me too. Me too. I don't do what I do to be wrong. I certainly don't do what I do to cover up for somebody who's wrong. I have never done that. And look, I agree. That's something that I am a little disappointed in with Sean as well, is like, I have a track record too, and it's pretty good. I'm usually right on it. And he knows that. I don't know why he would believe that you or I would be on somebody's payroll to tell a story we didn't believe in.
I don't think he would believe that because he knows how YouTube works. I think he was sold a crazy bill of goods. I do, but
I do too. And it's possible Jeremy, he just didn't have the time to look into it. But
no, but see, Jeremy can be right on this too, because okay, if I thought Jeremy was wrong, it would be very beneficial to go after Jeremy. It would be very beneficial. It would help me as a channel to go after someone his size. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. That would be like going after, a Mr. Beast or, yeah. I mean, you do it.
Yeah.
You do it.
And I mean, we're the people, covering. The thing that really stuck out to me with Jeremy. And again, this didn't end the discussion. We looked through a lot after this, but Jeremy from Go was like, look, this is my evidence right here. And the other party is like, yeah, it's coming. And one of the things that you find a lot of these people do is they go with the it's coming, or they manufacture evidence, one or the other. But that's something I've become so immune to. If people will not show me something. And again, Jeremy also from Go was like, ask me whatever you want, whatever. So
yeah, and we have never found him. We have never found him to be lying in any way. I've never caught Jeremy in a lie. He's never lied to me about anything. Everything I've ever asked him for, he's provided evidence of. Everything he's told me checks out. Buddy, close the door if you're going in there.
I'm just filling up my water bottle.
Do that downstairs then, in the kitchen. Buddy.
Well,
okay.
Sorry.
Well, when you watch the case from, I'm gonna let him finish.
Sorry.
No, he's good.
He's done now.
Okay. Well, one of the things we've been doing too, everything that they present in court, there's like that's like 20%. There's probably another 80%. So.
Sorry, I'm still.
No, I think it's funny. You're muted out, so you see it. You're like,
I'm like, stop.
I'm glad nobody can see me on camera when I'm like, hey, let's go up the stairs. I'll motion and be like, go up the stairs. That way.
I'm like literally like, stop. He's like clanking a water bottle in the microphone. Yeah. I'm like, what are we doing? You should be filling that up in the kitchen anyway. I don't like filling up water bottles upstairs. It has to travel too far up the pipes. I think that's gross. Like you should be getting it right from the filtered thing. So anyway, okay. I think the raid is over.
No, but what I was saying there is we've gone to collecting our own, because we watch these people now because they're funny to watch. We collect our own stuff, and in court they present 10 to 20% of everything because it fits there. But we have so much more of the puzzle. Like we've seen these people play out, and I 150 million% believe that those people, they're guilty of so much more than has been noted. It is it's so bad. There's so much crazy, and they admit to it. By the way, That's the wild thing. Like in Teschendorf's filing, which when we get to that part, I'll pull this up. But he doesn't argue he didn't do this stuff. He argues that everything is pure speech. It's free speech. He's allowed to say these things. He's allowed to do those things. But he's not arguing that he didn't do them. It's just like what Paint Chips or any of these other people are. They're like, oh, well, it's my free speech right. Yeah, it's my free speech right to go after your advertisers. Okay, I hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
So where are we at here?
Were we on? I think we're on continuing to present. Oh, no. We did
in case.
like that. Yeah. So in case you'd claim not to realize HALE's is abusing litigation, attached here is his sworn affidavit submitted by his Florida counsel, Randall Shockett. I love how he gets when he gets mad. He's like, Randall Shockett. Paragraph 19 was included specifically to mislead the federal magistrate about minimum amount in controversy, and the magistrate relied on it in exercising federal diversity jurisdiction. This was intentional perjury, and it was suborned by Shockett. What idiots. Then he goes with if there were online posts calling me a certain type of predator, as HALE's swore to under oath, you would have included them in your filings to support the protective order. Please advise if you are in possession of any evidence of such online postings, again saying the same thing, that shows HALE's didn't commit perjury. You know what's funny is we've provided those.
We have that. And Jeremy does have that. And he keeps on repeating that this doesn't exist as if it's just going to make it true. And it's crazy. If
you repeat the lie often enough, they hope it becomes truth. That's it is wild.
It's wild. All right. Well, to close out this portion of the show, Rogue Mama has made a new website advertisement for Manskin. Which is great. Look, Manskin Law, needlessly inflammatory. I break it down for my clients. You're in trouble. Here's a mess. And here are 3 ways to make it worse.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is a good meme. I like it. Here's 3 ways to make it worse. Oh, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right. Now, let's head over to super tips real quick, because you guys have been awfully generous over there as well, and I wanted to say thank you and play a couple of those. Lachelle Meir, thanks for the $9.
My super tits need massage money.
Megan, wash your mouth out.
It's her normal. That's why we love her.
And Nowakowski, thanks for this super tip chat that says, hope this helps. I appreciate it, and it absolutely will. And Lady Thurston, thanks for the 5.
Pay my moist tax.
Oh no, not the moist tax.
The moist tax, yep.
K-Matt Red Queen, thanks for the 10.
Reading drivel and dealing with stupid people can tie your back up in knots if you don't laugh enough.
Drinking and yoga can stretch the truth, but a good massage can relax the mind.
Also true. And let's see. I think I got to move super tips over a little. They appear to be too far to the left. Let me try that now. Thanks, Jager, for the 15.
Let's get this party started.
And let's see. Jager again for the 25.
Megan, keep your ankles below your head. Put an aspirin between your knees. Best birth control there is.
Good advice. Always good advice. Kat Buchanan, thanks for the 5.
Meg, you need to color those streaks purple or vibrant blue.
Oh, heck no. You will never see Muppet colors on my head. I will never look like a Sesame Street character. I don't know. It's just not me. It's just, you're just never going to see it. I believe in hair color that is that looks like it could have been natural at least. But I mean, to each their own, but you're never going to see me in brightly colored hair. I feel like it's like the frogs in nature who try to warn you that they're poisonous and dangerous with the bright colors. I feel like that's how you can tell that someone might be a little off. I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's not okay for you to do. You do whatever you want. It's just not my thing. Let's see. The Lonely Kakapo, thanks for the 10.
My streamer just fell down.
That's a good one. That's a good one. And Gwen the Ferret, thanks for the 5.
Torturous interference. Square bullet points.
No, not torturous. Rob Pate, thanks for the 5.
Megan, after watching your Tim's trial coverage yesterday, I now know how to get rid of all those tie-dye in my closet I have been trying to get rid of since the 70s. We'll be on your porch tomorrow.
And Allie S, thanks for the 5.
Hey, Megan, did you say nasally inflammatory?
Nasally inflammatory also could be true. Martin, thanks for the 5.
If only I had stayed in Germany.
I don't know if that would have helped. She probably would be in a lawsuit now with her German neighbors. All right. Next thing we want to look at is this wild response to Dave Teschendorf's filing. It's a Rule 11. A Rule 11. Let me see if I can get this straight. So what this is, hold on, let me look at something that I'm not going to pull up, but I just want to verify something. I'm going to verify what, okay. All right, yes, this is, it initiates a 21-day safe harbor period. And then during that period, he can withdraw or correct his motion without the Rule 11 motion being filed with the court. So this motion has not been filed, not yet. It's been written and sent to Stupid Lame to tell him you have 21 days from the receipt of this to either correct or withdraw your motion. And that's the one that we haven't read all the way through. But I think Tug's going to do that on maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
We'll see. If not, this weekend. I mean, I'm going to be broadcasting on my own for a few minutes. So
true. So
It'll
you're going
be
to
a
have to
lot
have
of time.
lots of stuff to do.
Oh God, man! I still have 3 pages of stuff we haven't done from last time. While you were gone.
I know, and I'm way behind. Let me make sure there's nothing in here that I need to redact.
I haven't done the Jamie stuff, the second part of that, the interview that was done. Like, I need to go over that. Lord, that was something. There's all those shizzy emails I really want to go over. I went through. While we were talking, I was redacting all of those because they are something else.
All right, here we go. We have now, again, this has not been filed. This has just been sent to Stupid Lame, letting him know you've got 21 days to correct this or withdraw. And if he doesn't, this will be filed. Motion for Rule 11 sanctions requesting withdrawal of challenges to personal jurisdiction or defects in service. Elephant Shoe, an Ohio limited liability company, What the Hales and Jeremy B. Hales, by and through the undersigned counsel, pursuant to Rule 11 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, hereby respectfully move this court for an order requiring defendant David Teschendorf to withdraw any challenge to personal jurisdiction or defects in service and for appropriate sanctions. You want to read this page, Tug?
I can, sure. Let's see.
Unless you want to keep doing AI, it's fine.
No. Yeah, here, why don't you for a minute? I'm redacting is what I'm doing.
Sure. Oh, good. Okay. This motion for Rule 11 sanctions arises from Teschendorf's improper attempt to challenge this court's personal jurisdiction after having already submitted to the court's jurisdiction by filing a motion to dismiss on the merits. So we said what? That's what we said.
Yes. We were like, how exactly can you file a motion to dismiss saying this is a problem, that's a problem, when you're not even part of it? Like you do realize that that's a weird argument, right?
Yeah, it's a super weird argument. If you file a motion in a case where you're claiming you didn't get served and that you're admitting you're a part of it, so I think you're served. Like, it's just stupid. It's totally stupid. And he also filed a motion to dismiss it. So how are you not in it if you're filing a motion to dismiss it? It's crazy. Despite labeling the filing as a special appearance, Teschendorf's substantive challenge to the merits of the complaint constitutes a general appearance as a matter of law, thereby waiving any objections to personal jurisdiction or service defects.
I'm more curious about something that was stated. So, Stupa is saying that he's homeless, right? That's what his argument is. He was saying it last night. I'm homeless. That's why, I filed that certain address, which maybe you should look at the rules for that place again, because I don't know if you can do that, Dave. You might have been able to do that with a prior place, but you may be wrong about being able to use that as a temporary address. But what I'm curious about is there's a guy that gave him a quote unquote life-changing sum of money. He has done AI videos. He has got this setup where he broadcasts from. How exactly is he homeless and having those things at the same time? How does that work?
I don't know. Jeremy, this is a sweet message. I appreciate this. Jeremy says, I want to be clear. While we do not trust Sean Martin, we 100% trust Megan and Tug, even when we disagree on things. We absolutely love Megan and Tug and can disagree and still be friends. That's right. Yeah. We can.
Well, you should be. Look, like these people could have gone out. This is something we try to drill into this. They didn't have to even like Jeremy, but they could have thought he was wrong, been friendly. Okay. Well, they could have just absolutely hated the dude too, gone over and lambasted them, talk smack about him. Again, that's what they don't get. They complain about Jeremy calling 2L Walrus, for example. But you can do that. That's okay. What you can't do is decide to go after a person's businesses, to contact a business that you have nothing. You're not a customer, admittedly, by the way, not a customer. Even then, if you are a customer, you can't tell, hey, why don't you thousands of people? Why don't you call? Maybe we can cause them to lose this. That's illegal.
Let's burn down his YouTube empire.
Yep.
Let's destroy his empire. Let's destroy his business. Let's destroy his way of life. Let's take millions of dollars from him. That's what these people did. Well, they didn't just exercise free speech. This was always about shaking him down for money.
Yes.
This was about getting money through litigation. They thought they were going to get an easy settlement. They thought he wouldn't want the trouble and then he would just settle regardless of what. And it's funny, that Saran Wrap guy, Ramsran or whatever his name is, that's what he got accused of. That's how I remember his name. That's what he got accused of doing to companies, shaking them down, looking for settlements, accusing them of violating Americans with Disabilities Act on their websites, accommodations on their websites, hoping to get a payday. It turned out that his clients didn't even exist. They were making up clients. He got disciplined by the bar for that. We read that. This is the exact same kind of thing. We're going to make false allegations. We're going to come at this guy who we think is worth millions of dollars, and he's going to pay us to go away. That's what it was about for Bruce. So, yeah. And again, also, I hope the anti-HALEs or the fleas or whoever is watching this, because we have not always agreed with Jeremy on some things. But we can still understand that the whole heart of this story is based on all kinds of lies that these people told to take down Jeremy HALEs. You don't have to agree with everything Jeremy thinks or says or does, but you do have to see the truth of this case and what actually was done. And we know it. Tug and I know this case as well as anybody. Probably almost as good as Jeremy does. We still don't have exactly all of the stuff in order as he does. But man, we've been on this for 2 years. Believe me, we've done our research when it comes to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you know what? My feelings on HALEs, I like Jeremy. I think he's funny.
I like him a lot.
I like him. I think he's a decent human being. One of the things that he's never had to do is when I've had like medical issues or something happens, he's always been like, yo, just checking in real fast, make sure you're all right, you know, and that's not typical. That's something that it remarks on the individual. But again, you know, he didn't set any boundaries or anything. I've just like you, I've interviewed a lot of people as well. You know, we have, and you get a feeling from go if somebody is trying to manipulate you. And
Oh, I will say this. Jeremy's one of the most generous people I've ever met on YouTube. And kind, and he's got an incredible loyalty about him. And I can't tell you what it was about, but I will tell you this. I had something happen to a family member of mine, and there happened to be like an emergency situation somewhere in Ohio. Jeremy offered to get on a plane and handle it, like literally for me. He never asked for anything. He offered to just go and handle it. This is a man who does amazing things for his friends. And I've not seen any indication or evidence that Jeremy Hales has done anything to any of these people other than try to help them with their channels. And I think jealousy and really, I think it's just jealousy and envy is what spurred all of
it's
this.
because he didn't make these people rich. He didn't give them all of, you know, you got to part of the YouTube game or any of this building a business and stuff. You have to grind, man. You have to grind, and these people don't want to grind. They want to sit on their asses maybe and stream, do the worst. I mean, God, some of the stuff they do is unwatchable. You know, there's a lot to it. There's a lot that goes in every one of those segments. Every day there is a lot that goes into them, and these people, they weren't able to emulate that. But it is crazy because they did have access to somebody that, you know, many of these stories, like when we look at a certain storage guy, you know, he had direct access to them, help, everything else. And how's that turn out? Well, it turns out to be envy instead of being like, yo, thanks. I mean, I know, like, I know Nerdrotic, for example. I've known him since he was a tiny channel, right? He's blown the hell up. And I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of them. But beyond that, too, if I feel like they've had more than me, that should be a motivator for me. Hey, I could learn from them. I could do that, and I could do my own thing. And I have done my own thing. But you should be proud of your friends that blow up like that. And these people, they're envious. They're nasty. And it just shows who they are.
Yep, envious and nasty. And I'm super happy for him when he's successful. I'm super happy for George when they do well and they turn this horror into, you know, a fun evening on Whatnot and sell their funny things like the toilet Legos and the other. I think they're great that they turn that around. And yes, thank you, chat, for verifying what I'm saying. Jeremy is super generous to his friends. He is super generous, but he's also not somebody that you want to mess with. If you start messing with him, if you lie to him, if you treat him poorly, you're going to hear about it. And he's not a mat. He's not a doormat. And that's okay. People are allowed to have boundaries. They really are. And you have to when you're in this kind of business, because there are people who are coming for your head at every turn.
Oh yeah. They do.
And you've got to have boundaries. I mean, look at what happened with me and Volnit. You know, like you have to be careful about who you associate with and who you connect your name to, because their greed and envy, you're right, chat, the green-eyed monster, it's out there and it's coming for you.
You just don't owe anybody anything.
That's right.
Some of these people, again, you know, like the whole story with LP, look how it comes up. People see generosity. Some people think generosity is a weakness too. And they think that they can take advantage of you. They think they can push you over and do whatever. Yeah, that doesn't mean that.
Nope, it doesn't. And I'm proud of him for standing up to it. I'm proud of him for going the distance. And he is also out there protecting other people who don't have the means to fight these people the way he does. He's protecting other people from having to deal with these idiots. And I find that very admirable. Jeremy is a friend at this point to me, and so is George. And they have never lied to me about anything. And I am happy to have them and proud to have them in my life. And I hope we know each other forever, and I'm sure we will. So, all right, where were we at? Was I reading this? I was. Despite, oh, this is so funny. Despite labeling the filing as a special appearance, Teschendorf's substantive challenge to the merits of the complaint constitutes a general appearance as a matter of law. So it constitutes a general appearance, despite him naming it a special. I told you that last night. There's no such thing as a special appearance anymore. They got rid of that in Florida. It constitutes a general appearance as a matter of law, thereby waiving any objections to personal jurisdiction or service defects. Factual background. On October 25th, 2025, this court ordered service by publication after finding that Teschendorf was evading service of process. 2, despite the court's order for service by publication, Teschendorf filed a motion to dismiss addressing the merits of plaintiff's complaint. In that motion, Teschendorf improperly labeled the filing as a special appearance and not a general appearance, while simultaneously challenging the substantive allegations of the complaint. Teschendorf continues to maintain objections to this court's personal jurisdiction and to the sufficiency of service of process, despite having waived such objections by addressing the merits of the case.
That's exactly it. Like, whoever gave him this this legal advice, man.
Paint chips. It was absolutely paint chips.
Well, it reads like it. That's exactly, why would you, Dave, why are you taking legal advice from these people?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. Here's the legal argument. Tug, you can start here because it's going to go into your page anyway.
All right. Legal argument. Teschendorf has waived challenges to personal jurisdiction and service by filing a motion on its merits. Indeed, that's exactly what we're saying. Under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12H, a party waives any defense related to personal jurisdiction or sufficiency of service of process by omitting it from a motion or by failing to make it by motion or include it in a responsive pleading. When a defendant files a motion to dismiss that addresses the merits of a complaint, regardless of how the defendant labels that appearance. I mean, I can't just call it whatever,
No, apparently not. You can't.
Messages from another world.
Sit down.
Yep, nope. You can't.
The defendant makes a general appearance that waives any objections to personal jurisdictions or service defect. The distinction between a special appearance and a general appearance is scrolling down.
I know. Hang on one second. I was trying to get something. Let me make this clear, chat. Chat says, does this document mean that Tush has been officially served? No, it doesn't. This document is simply putting him on notice that this will be filed with the court if he doesn't withdraw this stupid motion or correct it by taking out the arguments against jurisdiction and not being in service problems. Okay. So we still need the judge to rule anyway. And this has not been put into court yet because he has 21 days safe harbor before this goes in. He has 21 days to withdraw or correct his motion and then avoid this motion going in and sanctions. Because if he doesn't do it within the 21 days, now they can go after him for sanctions for ignoring their warning. I hope that makes sense. But I hope you understand, chat. Okay, sorry. You were saying the distinction.
That's what you just said. What a clown. That's That's what I've heard. Okay. Let's see. The different distinction. Wait. Okay. Distinction by, there it goes. Distinction by it, my freaking screen hung for a second. I was like, what's going on? Okay. Between a special appearance, general appearance is determined by the substance of the motion filed, not by the label attached to it. A special appearance is strictly limited to challenging the court's jurisdiction over the defendant. When a defendant files a motion addressing the merits of the complaint, such a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim constitutes general appearance that submits the defendant to the court's jurisdiction. Bravo. Bravo.
Yep.
Teschendorf continues jurisdictional challenges by violated Rule 11. So Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11B requires that all legal contentions presented to the court be, quote, warranted by existing law and by non-frivolous argument for extending, modifying, or reversing existing law for establishing new law. Now, by continuing to challenge the court's personal jurisdiction after having made general appearance through a motion to dismiss on the merits, Teschendorf violated Rule 11.
Teschendorf's attempt to circumvent the established legal principle that addressing the merits of a case constitutes a general appearance by simply labeling the filing as a special appearance is not warranted by existing law. This tactic is particularly egregious given that the court had already ordered service by publication due to Teschendorf's evasion of service.
Indeed.
Federal rules establish the requirements for service of process and its relationship to personal jurisdiction. Once Teschendorf filed a motion addressing the merits of the complaint, any objections to the method of service were waived, regardless of how Teschendorf characterized the appearance. Request for relief. Teschendorf's continued assertion of challenges to personal jurisdiction and service defects after having made a general appearance through a motion to dismiss on the merits violates Rule 11 and wastes judicial resources. These challenges are not warranted by existing law and appear designed to delay proceedings and increase litigation costs. Conclusion. Order Teschendorf to withdraw all challenges to this court's personal jurisdiction and any objections to service of process. 2. Go ahead.
1 second. 2. Impose appropriate sanctions pursuant to Rule 11 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. 3. Award plaintiffs reasonable attorney fees incurred in bringing this motion. And 4. Grant whatever the heck else the court says, yeah, you deserve it.
You deserve. Yeah, whatever that's a good way to put it. Whatever the heck else the court wants to.
Yeah, if you'll hook it up, we want it.
So
here's
they also filed. Shoot, and it was so funny too. How many pages is this? Motion for expenses incurred. Against Teschendorf. Did you see that one too?
I haven't read it yet.
So that one was filed with the court. It's a motion for expenses for making them spend all this money to serve him, and they want their $256 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so it's basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want to bring something up because I want to find a particular part in here that made me laugh really hard. It's about how he returned to sender and refused the thing, right? Remember? And then he's taunting the plaintiffs online about not being served, blah, blah, blah. So they're basically saying because he's dodging service, they've incurred costs and they want their money. Well, where did it go? I got to do a word search maybe because there's a sentence in here that made me laugh so hard. And I'm sure that Tug will go over this in detail. It's 7 pages though, so we're not going to read the whole thing today.
We'll let all the freaking Dave stuff. Oh, God.
So look,
There's
in
so
fact,
much of it.
his actions demonstrate a deliberate attempt to evade service, as evidenced by his refusal of the mailed request and his taunting of plaintiffs on YouTube about not being served. So because of all that, it cost them $259 for the publication costs, and they want that money. So now they want the $259 from Dave. And then, there's something about the motion in here that is so funny. Where is it? How did I miss it? There's something in here about it being written by AI. It's a crack up. Hold on, let me see if I can do a word search. So I feel like I missed it. No? Did I miss it? Maybe it wasn't in this one. But there is one that he put in that basically accused him of writing it with ChatGPT.
That's funny.
It is funny, but I don't know which one it's in. So that's another one that needs to be gone over. The request for fees. But there's another. Where did it go? Now this is going to drive me crazy. Which one is it in? I thought it was actually in the first one we were reading, but I didn't. You didn't read that, did you?
In which one?
The first one we were reading. Here's the quote. We must have missed it somehow, or I wasn't paying attention. The specific grounds for our Rule 11 motion are detailed in the attached document, but in summary, we allege. Oh, yes. This came from the email that was sent to Teschendorf. That's why we didn't read it. It was in the email. The specific grounds for our Rule 11 motion are detailed in the attached document, but in summary, we allege that your motion shows a fundamental misunderstanding of the law and suspiciously looks like it was drafted by someone using artificial intelligence.
That's hilarious.
I love that. I love that so much for them. I really do. Oh, we're doing good on time. We're great. We're ready to go over to Rumble, I think. And guys, I'm gonna save
throw one thing into this though.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 second. Well, let me pull this up here. So one other thing I thought with Dave's arguments they're kind of funny. When you go through his entire page, and again, we'll go through the whole filing, but when you get into it, he has this little section talking about speech, and he says, he's got these labels and everything, but everything's really speech. So he's not disagreeing that these things happen. Civil conspiracy, tortious interference, Lanham Act, and more. He's saying, no. All of that's just my speech, which is kind of, that's an interesting way to challenge that, because, again, not denying that this stuff exists. He's just putting it all on speech. He made a little, because he was like, well, here's what I was supposed to do, but, it's just pure speech. Okay, we'll see how that works out. I mean,
Janice read my mind when I was saying they want their $256. She read my mind from that movie. I want my $2. What was the name of that movie? Oh God, I loved that movie. Better Off Dead with John Cusack. Great movie, absolutely great movie. But yeah, that you read my mind, Janice. That's what was going through it when I read that. Okay, I'm gonna save the super chats and the rest of it for Rumble. We'll go ahead and do it over there because we have a lot to get to tonight, and we want to absolutely get there and do it. So any of you who sent super chats, they will be shown on screen over on Rumble, and I appreciate you for hanging out. So if you are on YouTube and you want to see the rest of this show, let's say you're on the replay and you don't know what this all is about, you're going to need to go to the Rumble link, which is linked in the description of this video. And then you're going to want to skip to the part where you see my little Rumble video go up, Let's Get Ready to Rumble Guy. And then you should see the rest of the show. We're going off of YouTube because the anti-HALE's ecosystem does not like fair use. And they will hit our channels if we play their content at all, even though it is fair use. And YouTube, we don't have the time to deal with them. So we're just going to go over to Rumble, and we're going to head over there. So mods, if you will drop that link in the chat for everybody. And if you don't see the link in the chat, you can just go to the description of this video on YouTube, and it's right there underneath the description of tonight's topic. And you click on the Rumble link and head over there. You do not have to use your credit card. You do not have to sign up for anything. You may, if you use the app, you have to make an account, but you don't have to put your credit card in. You can just use a browser, go right to that link. It'll take you to it's just like YouTube. It's just Rumble. Let me make sure that I have, oh, good. A bunch of you are already going over there. All right. You ready, Todd?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're headed over there right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get